The Afterlife Investigations is a documentary about two main subjects, one of which is the skull experiment, which took place in the 1990s over a period of 5 years and is widely considered the most successful afterlife investigation ever made. The second is about an aspect of instrumental transcommunication, or purported communication with the deceased using technical devices, for example, radios, tape recorders, other things can be telephones, fax machines, computers even. The most common, of course, is tape recorders, and that's in electronic voice phenomena, which is quite widely known at the moment. Less widely known is the use of radios to communicate with the dead.
Emily?
Yes.
Yes! Hello, Manu. Thank you, Manu.
We went down to Italy to interview the leading proponent of that in the world, Marcello Barci, an amazing medium who has a centre in Grosseto. And people from all over the world come to that centre in the hope of catching deceased voices coming through his radio, usually of their children who have died tragically, and they're trying to communicate with them. When we went down there, we were very lucky. When we were actually filming the interview, he had, the night before, been very unsuccessful in getting voices coming through the radio. They were filled with, 100 people had turned up, and absolutely nothing had happened. And then the next day he was kind of rather depressed, and then during the interview, while we were actually filming in his office, the radio he always has on in the background suddenly burst into life.
Chiudete tutto! Close, they're coming the radio.
And purported spirits started coming through. These anomalous voices started coming through his radio, which was totally and utterly amazing. Why is the skull experiment so successful? Well, in the 5 years that it took place in the 1990s, more phenomena were recorded and witnessed than in any other experiment practically in the history of the paranormal. The evidence that they collected is, in my view, some of the best evidence ever for the existence of an afterlife. I know skeptics will always dismiss this kind of thing. What happened at Skull is quite extraordinary. When you watch the film, your boggle factor, your ability to sort of take things in on a normal day-to-day level is very challenged because some of it is so extraordinary. For example, there were spirit forms manifesting in the seance room, which is terribly rare, but witnesses, scientific witnesses I might add, were present when spirit forms would materialise partially, such as a hand would float around and touch people and interact with people, and on some cases the full bodies of spirits would materialise in front of them and physically interact with them. Watch the film, it's amazing.